Hey guys, Jeremiah here, and welcome to my annual greenhouse tour. This will be a focus of the entire Flytrap collection. It is September 15th, and I am holding a Z02. And we are going to be working our way alphabetically through some of my favorites. I don't think I'll name every single variety like I did last year, but we will go down each variety. And if you ever have a question about something, you can always send me a screenshot of it, and I'll be talking about some of my favorites of this year. So come with me as we see the Venus Flytraps. Okay, we'll put Z02 down in this corner. And we'll start with A's. So over here, the very first one is A dentata. So I haven't had that one all that long, but as you can see, it is a stunning, very small toothed plant. Next up, we have A2, just a classic. And then this one I call fake 1955 because it's completely green for me. And here's the true 1955. As we go around, we have African Werewolf, a beautiful one from the Flytrap store. Alien was not setting any records this year, so I need to see what's up with him and why he is not as big as he has been in the past. But coming along, Alien Fused Tooth is spectacular. Amadeus is pretty cool, and AR Werewolf. As we go down, Antonov 225. I have not had that one enough to see if it can hit that 6 centimeter mark yet, but I've heard rumors that it can get close. And then we have Ampa Boreas, super dark one this year. And then Auto Curator, so weird with all those. And then B52, again, super solid. Caterpillar, which is an interesting one. I got this one from Fayetteville Flytraps. It had never produced any traps for me before. It kind of grew along like a caterpillar. And this year, now it looks like a werewolf style trap. Then we have Bastard Werewolf, BCPS ARPC. Just look at how tight that is. And then Banded. Oh, it is just a beautiful one. B52 crossed with Slacks Giant is really nice. BCP F12, a really nice, kind of small red one. Crazy Cup Trap right there. And Werewolf, we have Frilled Werewolf. Giant Werewolf is anything but giant this year. Beelzebub seems to be relatively small, but kind of cool. And then we have the Best Carnivorous Plant Red Bull, and then H25 and H15. They all look very similar to me. Not sure I could tell them apart if they got mixed up, but they all have these beautiful kind of pale traps with very intense red centers. Red Fused Petiole, kind of like that crocodile style. And then as we move on around, just going through, Black Pearl, a new one, but not super black. Biohazard 2, always a popular one. Oh, this one was one I most wanted. Bubbit Worm. I believe this one was a Diflora original. And yeah, just really cool. And this is a BZ 57 white form. And as you can see, maybe not quite as white as a ghost for me. This one, I think Matt at Flytrap Stores said he grew from seed from Bob Zimmer. Then we have Candy Cane, Carbonia ardente, another Diflora, spectacular one. Carnivora Z11, no, 021, my bad. Oh, Gambella, man, Carnivora is doing some of the most incredible things. I believe he is out of the Czech Republic. And just some of the weirdest fly traps around right now. I mean, look at this one, Empire. We have Dagon. We have Conquistador. Balabuth. So excuse my pronunciation. They're all going to be horribly Americanly pronounced, but these come from all over the world. Amanutep. That one is one of the cashew style, relatively new one for me. Arching traps. Oh, and this one, Galaxy F. Oh, is the weirdest thing you can get. Huge one this year, Carnivora Generalissima, I believe. Carnivora Giant, just perfection there. Carnivora, let's see, GTC. And then we have stuff like Hamika's Butterfly. So as you can see, it has that like mirror style trap. This one, the Melphistolus. This one had the triple trap for me this year that is still looking pretty darn good. Then we're headed, well, so then the next one's NT Werewolf. We have Plumbicon, which has these really interesting hairs on the edge of each of those teeth. Ramses the First and Tutankhamun, so must be the Egyptian line there. So then we go to Crazy Craig, so CCP. We have Darkness, Deep Purple, and then it would go alphabetically to the back, but we'll get dizzy if we go to that. So Orca. We have Mini Wolf, which is actually way bigger than my giant werewolf this year. This one, Cranberry Splash. Super dark. Man, so some really nice Carolina red traps. Then we have stuff like CCP Destruction. Outer Limits. Prickly Pickle. That's a weird one. And then Razor Blades, I believe. Yep, Razor Blades. Then we go to like Clayton's Red Sunset, Clumping Cultivar, which just is like, man, every time. Is it typical? Probably, but it's just a perfect cultivar. Charles Something Spotted, so a little bit of that variegation there. Cluster Trap is kind of like the weirdest, worst growing alien style that you can imagine, but this year's not terrible. Centurion, CCP Wolverine, Tasmanian Tiger, and then one of the Sea Scallops, which, whew, looking pretty good. Cheerleader doesn't do the pom-pom for me, but every other year, probably every about 4 years. Chinese Dumpling, man, that is one that came out of nowhere that is just spectacular this year. Chonky, I would say it's anything but. And then we have, some of the Chupacabra from California Carnivores. Cobb Coke something, and Cobb Kachi, which I'm still not sure if these were sent to me just misspelled or if they are the exact same plant, but either way, kind of cool. And then we go back and we have the same thing, but then crossed with Upright, which all three of those could be identical. And then we have the original Coquillage, and then the Cup Trap original, which is pretty good. It definitely only grows super well for me if I heavily fertilize it or as soon as it just comes out of tissue culture. Then we have a Cup Trap New Clone, Cup Trap Vigorous, Cracker, that's a weird new one. Oh, CTXX is super dark. Cross Teeth is pretty cool. Then we have Crocodile, Crispy Sun, which is kind of like one of these erect fused varieties. What is this one? Oh, Crested Petiole. So you'll see some of the little dots on the petiole there, not all that much. Czech Giant, which isn't a huge giant for me, Now, DCXL, oh my goodness. So another one of Matt's monsters. This one, you can see these summer traps are just enormous. And now that we're going into fall, they get a little smaller and a little bit more hugging the ground like that. Then we have Demigorgon, named after the creature from Stranger Things, of course. Dentata A. This one is spectacular, but is definitely not one that sells very well on the website. Not expensive, and it is beautiful. Then the original dentate traps. Dentate armiculata, give or take. Then we have double green, which I've never got the double part of the green, but it is a beautiful green cultivar. Double face. Every once in a while I'll get a nice variegated one. Let me see. Nothing's looking super variegated in there, but not bad. As we go back, what do we got here? Diflora up giant. And some that are so crowded. Diflora fused type, I believe. Diabolic horns. Oh my goodness, incredible. Then this one has been a great one. This one is, oh, Destroyer. Wow. Then we got Double Trouble, Dracula's Cape, Dracula crossed with B52, Dragonfire, Dreamsicle. Always an interesting one, but it's kind of a battle to keep it looking perfect. Dutch, which is different than Dutch Delight, which Dutch Delight is this kind of more green one back here. So we'll do a quick overview. EEC Skyscraper from Evie and M's Creations. Then we have some Extreme Giant, a new one, so don't sleep on that one just yet. Fiamma, this one is from Diflora as well. And then, holy cow, these two on the end, they're too big to even read. Fico D India and Fang. Whew, those look pretty good. So now we're gonna go to this far back corner where I can barely reach. So Fangagine, which is a pretty cool one. Then we have the Fayetteville Flytrap section, which is green sawtooth, mini upright. My personal favorite, Stegosaurus. Like, look at that. Fine tooth crossed with red. Then we have Firemouth. It's always a little bit of a battle. Then we get to the Flytrap store. So Matt's Creations. We have stuff as Etna. So I'm just going to skip FTS on all of these, but they are FTS clones for quite a while. So we have Deep Red Gorilla. Crimson Sawtooth, still probably my favorite red sawtooth. Angel's Wings, and then Archangel. This one's not one of FTS, but it's fondue. Looks like it's melting back there. Back to FTS, Flaming Lips. Whew. Incredible Red Hulk, which is probably my biggest red trap. Then we got, Loopy Mirror, which is a much more stable mirror clone for me than any of the other mirrors. Like, look at that. Every single one, incredible. Lunic Fringe, Maroon Monster, and then what is this one? It's two. Oh, Red Jaws, my goodness. And then not FTS, but this is Fused Tooth. Freaky Star, FTS Wide Trap, Towering Giant. I don't know if you can see that one. Look, that one alone is probably a 9-inch leaf, literally. Then we got FTS Red, Tiny Red Terror, and FTS, what is that? Super Vigorous. As you can see, super vigorous. And then we have Fused Tooth Extreme, as you can see, some nice fusing going on. G3, G14, or Dirk Vihum's Giant. G14 crossed with 19. And we have Galaxy, and then Galaxy Self, which almost identical. My goodness, look at this one. Oh, Giant I3. No idea what that stands for, but pretty cool. Then we got this one here, Giant Big Mouth, new arrival, so don't sleep on it yet. It does look bigger than normal Big Mouth. And then the one and only Ghost, which is definitely my whitest cultivar. GC Vertical, GC Flying Monkey, Gaping Mauve. That's one from California Carnivores, and it's just a beast. Giant Clam, Giant Microdent, Giant Piranha. Whew, that's good. And then Giant Sand, Giant Upright Burgundy Traps, Ginormous. Ooh, now we go to the Green Jaws section, which, as you can see here, a little bit of everything. So we'll start with his first one alphabetically, Atlantic Cockle. Such a weird cockly sort of trap, just like a shell. We got Basmati, the always popular Bloody Nurse, Butterfly. What's this one? Equobe, Explosion, Goliath. So Goliath is definitely one of my all-time biggest working Venus flytraps. It was my biggest this year. I don't know if we can quite tell here, but we hit just at 5 centimeters, which that is super solid for any Venus flytrap. Then we have Giant Shark, Giant Form, Giant Kudo, which actually is still relatively small, but compared to normal Kudo is huge. Green Zebra, Fantasia, which is just going crazy. From one growing point, it can have dozens of traps. On the Hedgehog, and then Hellcat this year was showing off. Those are some big traps. Every single one of these Venus flytraps is in a 6-inch pot. Hellcat 2, I've had this one for quite a while, and it has been a battle, so hopefully I'll figure it out over the next year or two. This is the weird one. Karabi. Then we got Mariachi. Montecore, which Montecore is still the second largest trap I've ever grown at exactly 6 centimeters, although it did not hit that this year. So then we have GJ Supernova. This one is Shere Khan. Rose, which you never get any traps off of. Reptile, and then Phalanx. Look at those teeth. Nosferatu. GJ Titanium. Wow, that one is going crazy this year. Inside Out, or Up in Klumpenstein. And another one of the untrapped varieties. Ooh, and here's White Tiger. So as you can see, it is definitely one of the more white variegated ones I grow. And then Godzilla and Gold Strike. So we're done with GJ, on to other Gs. Green Wide Trap, Green Sawtooth, Green Dog. So I guess I am going through and naming most of them, so, but we'll pick up the pace. We're 20 minutes in, so if you guys are tired of seeing fly traps, go ahead and go away now, because we're about halfway done. Groon. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, Guava Sawtooth. That's insane. Harlequin. Harmony. Oh, and this guy this year. Oh, Jabberwocky. Another Calicorn clone, and right next to it's Jersey Devil. Whew, both of those are pretty spectacular. Then we have stuff like Patata. Kind of looks like a Kudo form. Holland Red, just an oldie but a goodie. You can't get much better of a red trap. Henning's Giant, also called B12. So maybe a sibling of the famous B-52. Hellhound. Wow, that is incredible. This is Venus Flytrap Jasper. So I think this is one he actually grew from seed that he got from me and then sent back when he, or brought back when he was at the open day. Jaws. Jaws crossed with 1955. Jaws Petite Dragon. Jaws Smiley. And then Jersey Devil again. And then we have Kim Il-sung, which is one of those messed up dictator series. King Henry, always a classic. And then back in this corner, we have Jim Grant Giant and Jolly Joker, which been a very difficult one for me to grow. Stays very small. As we come on around, it's the other Kim Jong-il, which another weird one, and Kim Jong-un. So these are kind of underneath, but growing pretty well this year. What's this guy? Looks a little interesting. Oh, Cleopatra. And a little confusion, I think there's one spelled with a K and a C, so this one got in the K column. Here we have Koi, and then Korean Melody Shark, of course. This is always a weird one, reminds me of cross teeth, but it's long red fingers. Little Devil. What is this one? Oh, Lips and Lashes. La Grossa a la Gigi, which produces huge long traps in the spring, and then a little bit smaller this time of year, but pretty great color. And then La Gigantea. So this one, huge. Cory Double. This one is that weird Lupucci. Let's see, actually. We don't know how to say it, but it's the pasta strainer in France, which we didn't even know they were great at making pasta, but apparently. Low Giant. We got Mad Snappy. Ooh, Mammoth from Killer Plants. This one actually came from some of my seed, I believe. Marduk. Martha's Lips. If anyone who knows who Martha is, get in touch with me because I am very curious. We have Mirror. So Mirror, not stable in my collection, but I will definitely get some Mirror style traps each year, and then some with like these little tiny fins. Let me see if I can, like, there we go. That's about the extent of it. Millipilli. I think it's a millipede. Micro. Dentate. Mega Traps. Let's see. MD Butt Cheeks, which, as you can see, they are cute little butt cheeks. Master of Disaster. Oh, this is Mirror crossed with Mirror. Maybe a little bit better, but also not always with Mirror style traps. Oh, wait, this one's huge. Oh, Miss Thing. So I got this one from Carson a little while back. It is just brilliant. Monkey Ass. Then we have Moontrap. Moontrap crossed with OP. Patches. So Patches can be the most speckly one I grow. Right now, not so much. So let's see. We got a little patchy right there, but not as much as in the spring. Oh, Paradisia. So I got this one from the Brambles a while back. Pac-Man. Olive Green. Nacier. What do we got over there? Oh, Perfect Teeth, which seems a little prideful if you ask me, but not bad. Ooh, Periscope, one of Diflora's. Petite Dragon. And Petite Dragon crossed with Jaws. Petite Dragon. Oh my goodness, Predator was just a beast this year. So again, we're losing the summer traps that were huge going back to these winters, but as you can see, like, not quite 5 centimeters, but darn close. Pink Venus, Pom Pom. Oh, Pollock. There's a nice little variegation we got there. Let's go in for a close-up. Ooh, look at that. Polish Dracula, Plato. That one has so many traps on it, I can't even read it, but let's see what it is. Oh, Pinnacle. Then we have Prime, Purple Ambush, Purple Flame, Purple Haze, Pygmy Clone D, Pygmy Clone 2. What do we got here? Red Burgundy, Raptor, Rabbit Teeth, Quasar. Ah, here was a new weird one. Pygo Monster. Let's see, can we get in there? Yeah, so that's just super weird. Okay, Red Cup Trap. Man, not that great this year. We'll see about next year. The classic Red Dragon, which always a classic. Red Moon, which sometimes has these like perfect pure red traps. This year, it's a green moon. Red Jaws, Red Micro Dentate. Oh, Red Werewolf. So this one is actually a sister of the famous Uranus clone and sister of Uranus, so it is interesting. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more red, if you can see like some of those older traps. Red Top, Red something something, Road Oxford, Red Purple, Red Piranha, Red Periscope, and then the Red-Eared Giants, so I'll clone 1, 2, and 3. So we got 1, 2, and clone 3. What do we got here? Oh, the Ron Gagliardos, so always spectacular. So we have Ron 38A, 38J, 38N. None of them are bad at all. Then we got Sawtooth. And then we got, what do we got here? Sasquatch. Sandicon, Sam Flytrap, and this is an S, so it must be, Royal Red, Round Sun, Scarletine, Scarlet Bristles, oh, Shup Destruction. So I don't know if this one should be written abbreviated like Shup, or if it's like this, which is Shuppenstill Thomas, which I believe is a different one, Shup number 1, and Shup number 2, very famous for these ridges on the petiole. Then this one needs to be relabeled. It's actually Sly Wiki, but not Sky Wiki. So Sly Wiki, I'll remember that when I add it. SI-15, Shogun Star. Oh my goodness, look at this one. It is beautiful. SD Phoenix, SD Kronos, SD Dragon, SL Seedling, which definitely has a little variation for me sometimes, Smash, Small Sawtooth, Space, ooh, Smog is a cool one. It reminds me of those H clones, not a big one, but super cool with that coloration. What do we got here? Spider, yeah, always produces some really nice erect traps. Sunrise, Sawtooth, no, Southwest Giant crossed with Sharktooth. Then we have the actual Southwest Giant, Sonic, Spotty, Spider-Man is a weird one. Yep, look at that. St. Patrick's Beard, Stiletto. This one I think came from Noah a little while back and is pretty weird. And as we come on around, just some beautiful plants. Oh, Strombus Pink. This is a weird one. Yeah, no idea who made that, but beautiful flytrap. Then we got TDK2, Tiger Fang, Triffid Traps. We got some Trichophila, which will produce these weird cup traps. Then we got Trev's Supernova, Trev's Red Dentate, and Trev's Dracula. Tremor, Triton, something else there that looks really nice. I guess we'll look since we can. UK Sawtooth 2, and then Uranus, which That is just weird and slightly inappropriate, but we love it. Variegata Giallo. And then this one, oh, what is it? This one is one from Carnivora. It's the Valerica. Wacky Traps. I loved when this one was actually named Bart Simpson, but apparently that didn't stick. Yellow White, Yellow Fuse Tooth, Yellow, Vitiligo. Then we got Vigorous. Yeah, lots of traps. Wally. What do we got here? Oh, Clam. My goodness. We got Werewolf, the original. Werewolf crossed with werewolf. Then we got Werewolf Spawn. Whale. And then Whip Slim Snappy, which is amazing. Over here, Whip Long Snappy. And then the always popular Wine Mouth. Wiki Purple. White Fang, another spectacular one from California Carnivores. Looks like it's eating each other, but it has these beautiful white teeth. Whiskers. And then Z11. And last but not least, Z02. Okay, well that was a pretty good overview. As you can see, the fly traps were on point this year. Maybe not the biggest they have ever been, but I think the colors, the number of traps, and how long they have looked good this year is just spectacular. So just to walk through to see the whole mother collection, I do have some other varieties that aren't up here that aren't quite large enough to go into these 6-inch pots yet, but hopefully next year you'll have to tune back in and see what new ones have graduated to the mother greenhouse. I don't have room for much more, so hopefully I don't get too many more varieties, and hopefully everyone can make some cool ones. Okay, well let's turn it all around, and we will see you soon. Hope you liked the 2025 Venus Flytrap Greenhouse Tour. Ciao, ciao.